Hello, what culture, and welcome to Raw Ups and Downs with me, Simon Miller. And as always, if you are new to Ups and Downs, you're like, what the hell is an up and down? It's when we go through a WWE show, in this instance, Monday Night Raw, and we give the good bits an up, we give the bad bits a down. Now, I do want to go off tangent just a little bit, just quickly, as I want to do, to just say, if you are in the Newcastle area this Sunday, the 17th of June, make sure you come down to Defiance Built to Destroy, because your man Simon Miller is having his first ever singles match, and I'm taking on that asshole Drake, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to whip his ass. He put a hole in my head. But enough of that, let's up those downs. Raw started really daftly this week, as there was a bunch of men and women who were in the Money in the Bank matches this Sunday, and they were just hanging out on some ladders. Down. Now, it just looked too ridiculous to actually take seriously, and because all the ladders were at different heights, you were like, this is the most produced thing that I've ever seen. And don't get me wrong, I like produced things, but sometimes WWE goes too far. Not too much happened here outside of what you would have expected. They just kind of bickered for a little while. The highlight being Kevin Owens saying, when Braun Strowman climbs the ladder to get the briefcase should go higher because he's taller. If it feels like I'm skimming over this a little bit, it's because I am. This was mostly here to remind you that, hey, there's a pay-per-view on Sunday, and it is indeed Money in the Bank, and they use ladders in those bouts. So again, here's some ladders. The only thing we do need to discuss is the fact that Baron Corbin has shaved his head. Now, gets an up, ticker just went up, but it also gets a down. Ticker gets a down. Now, he is officially part of the team, the Bald Brigade, so I've got to welcome him and say, man, it's good to have you aboard. However, from a wrestling point of view, if he was going to shave his head, why didn't we turn this into a match? We could have had a big feud with anybody on the roster, and how good would that have been when Baron Corbin finally gets his comeuppance and loses his hair? But we didn't do that. He just came out of Raw, and he was bald, which is good. Love the bald, but bad, because wrestling. Baron did tell Kurt Angle during all of this that somebody better come back to Raw with a briefcase, otherwise Stephanie McMahon would be upset. And again, this was fine. It wasn't terrible. It was just a little bit yeesh. But then we had a fatal four-way between Natalya, Sasha Banks, Ember Moon, and Alexa Bliss, and that was really good. Yeah, no. While they mostly continued to break off into pairs while doing some pretty gnarly spots, the story you were meant to take away from it was this. Nanny Neidhart does indeed want to win the Money in the Bank this Sunday, and when she does, she hopes that Ronda Rousey wins the title so the two friends can start having a big feud. And this obviously means one of two things. One, Natty Neidhart is going to screw over Ronda Rousey and she'll go heel, and we can do that. Or two, this is a red herring because maybe Stephanie McMahon is coming back and she's going to screw Ronda Rousey. Hey, maybe none of that happens and Ronda Rousey just wins. But anyway, Natty did indeed make Alexa Bliss tap out to the sharpshooter, and again, this was a very good opening match to the television show known as Monday Night Raw. Kevin Owens then offered Finn Balor a bowl of olives because he wanted to make up with the guy, but he didn't have a physical olive branch. Anyone else love Kevin Owens? Yep, me too. He did this to try and convince Finn Balor to team up and try and take out Braun Strowman, because if Strowman gets the Money in the Bank, he believes if he wins, he could be Universal Champion forever, because who's going to beat Braun Strowman? I liked it. It was both funny and an intriguing plot point. Good. Ziggler and McIntyre then beat up Breezango in a match and won. As you expect, Drew and Dolph did indeed get the victory after their Claymore kick zigzag finish, and then they got on the mic and said, watch out, tag team division, we're about to take you all out. We could probably do more with these two at this stage, however, maybe that's what this is. It's the start of all of that. I enjoyed it all the same. A down for the Roman Reigns promo though, because it just makes no sense. He was talking about how stupid it was for Jinder Mahal to challenge him this evening, because now he can punish Mahal for stopping him being in Money in the Bank, which of course he would have won, and then he would have claimed back his Universal Championship, which he said was rightfully his. What? How is it rightfully yours? Brock Lesnar kicked your ass at WrestleMania 34, and then he kicked your ass at the Greatest Royal Rumble. If anything, you should have gone back to the end of the line. This don't make no sense. Also, it's dull. It's really dull. Just do Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns, give Roman the title, so for the love of everything we can move on, and I can open my eyes again like this. No up or down for what followed, but WWE did indeed show a tweet from Paul Heyman that said, congratulations, Brock Lesnar. You are now officially the longest reigning World/Universal Champion of the modern era. You know, it was CM Punk's before this, and isn't it interesting, in this week, we made sure to make a big hoo-ha about this. Another down as the Mahal Reigns fight was next, but it wasn't even that, and we got Reigns versus Sunil Singh instead. Down. Apparently Jinder claimed he never said the match would be against him, which means once again WWE's Twitter feed has lied to me, because they absolutely said that was the case, and of course Roman Reigns then whooped Sunil Singh's ass in about a minute and a half. Afterwards, Jinder got in there and he started beating Roman Reigns down, including hitting him with the Colossus. And you want to know why? Because he's losing on Sunday, so he's got to look good here. B-Team then beat Heath Slater and Rhino. The B-Team have got new music, they got new production. They're still writing B-Team across their chest. It's getting an up. Wyatt and Hardy appeared afterwards and said they were either going to eat or delete the B-Team, which was a bit weird. But I thought of this, just entertaining nonsense. Then Elias was just awesome. Up. It was the same stuff as ever, but his song did include lines about Seth Rollins, who indeed he is taking on at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view for the IC Championship, and he made sure he got in there a line about CrossFit sucking, and that made me laugh. Also, he revealed a brand new guitar that was given to him by John Mayer. He's a singer guy. So eventually Rollins came out, he grabbed this axe, and he stomped it, and he put his foot through it. Seems like a bit of a bad guy thing to do if you ask me. Then what did the guitar ever do to you, Seth Rollins? Nothing. However, decent segment this. Good. More nonsense from Kevin Owens followed as he found Bobby Roode in the back, and he also tried to convince him to team up with him and Finn Balor because they had to take up Braun Strowman. Bobby Roode thought about it. Bobby Roode should be a heel. That's an aside. Gets enough. And then Raw went really weird. So weird down. It began with the Riot Squad mucking around backstage. I think they were supposed to be like causing chaos, including cutting some dude's tie. If this was meant to come across as threatening, it didn't. It was ridiculous. Then Ruby Riott beat Bayley in a match that felt absolutely pointless, and afterwards, the Riot Squad drew a big R on her stomach as if Hulk Hogan, Kevin Nash and Scott Hall were about to pop round the corner and go, "We used to do that." To be honest, this was awkward from start to finish, hence why it gets the down. Which brought us to this week's Ronda Rousey and Nia Jax segment. Now look, I'm not saying it's great, I'm not saying it's the best thing I have ever seen on television. However, I thought given the material and given who they are as performers, they did as best as they possibly could do, so I'm gonna give it an up. I know, but still. It was just a big standoff to begin with, as Nia reminded Rousey, this is not the UFC, it's not the MMA, and within the world of WWE, there's so many other moves she can do that you wouldn't be allowed to do if you would be in a mixed martial artist. And obviously the whole point of this was also to tell us that in July, Ronda Rousey's going into the UFC Hall of Fame, which is much deserved. Eventually, Jax headbutted Rousey, because that's what we do in pro wrestling. That pissed Ronda off, and she locked the armbar on Nia Jax, and Nia Jax was like, "Oh no, it really hurts. It really hurts." Now, I don't know if this segment was good enough, but it makes me excited about their match, but it was better than I imagined, hence why I'm talking about it in more positive terms than some people are on the internet. I still think Natty or Stephanie McMahon is getting involved somehow. We'll see. No Way Jose then just beat Curt Hawkins, but as we know I love Curt Hawkins, getting up. It looked like at first that Hawkins just wasn't going to show, but it then turned out he disguised himself as one of No Way Jose's conga lines, and he attacked No Way Jose. It didn't work though, because of course it's Curt Hawkins. He got punched in the face, and he lost. I think that's 201. I think that's 201 losses. Poor Curt, but like I say, I'm just happy to see him being used. Curt Hawkins is underrated. Finn Balor and Bobby Roode then met up to discuss the plan that Kevin Owens had put to them both earlier. And this is getting a down. 1, because it's unnecessary, but 2, I haven't given enough downs. So yeah, it's getting a down. Okay, I know I shouldn't have liked this, much like the Nia and Ronda thing earlier, but then we did have the obstacle course between Sami Zayn and Bobby Lashley. And what do you want from me? It felt different, and I enjoy it when 3-hour Raws feel a bit different or they change up the pacing, so I'm like, oh, doesn't feel as long. Getting up. And I kind of highlighted what happened there, but yeah, Sami Zayn came out and he said, look, I don't trust Bobby Lashley. I don't believe a word he says, so let's set up some kind of obstacle course like he was in the army and see how quick he can complete it. Lashley came down, he smashed through that course as if it was nothing, and then just as he finished, Sami Zayn attacked him because he's a bad guy. Zayn also then climbed the rope and started swinging on it to celebrate. That was goofy. I like a bit of goofiness. And yeah, it was dumb, but Zayn was excellent here, hence why it's getting me up. And no, I still don't want to see the match, and I still think Sami Zayn's going to get his ass whipped, but at least here, it did something, you know. We changed it up a bit. Variety is all right. And then it was main event time, and hot damn, this was fire. Up. It was Balor versus Owens versus Strowman versus Roode, and of course the plan here was to try and take Strowman out, so they did that. All 3 guys were beating him down, but this is the monster we're talking about, and eventually he did his Raw thing, and he just threw everybody everywhere, and that scared Kevin Owens. He tried to escape through the crowd, but he couldn't, because Braun Strowman caught him and dragged him back to ringside. You can see what the narrative of the match is. The numbers game remained consistent throughout though, until one point Strowman was down, and Owens was like, look Roode, look Finn, hold this ladder, I'm gonna climb up it, which he did, and then he frog splashed Braun through a table. Looked awesome. This left Roode and Balor to go at it for a little bit, but the real interesting moments came a bit later when indeed Balor not only struck Strowman with a running dropkick, not only hit him with a sling blade, but he hit the coup de grace, and it looked like he was about to pin Braun Strowman. The crowd bought that. Bobby Roode broke it up. It was Strowman's night though, as he eventually hit Kevin Owens with the running power slam on a ladder for the 1, 2, 3, and now we do indeed head into Money in the Bank. A small part of me thinks maybe Kevin Owens is going to win. He's lost a lot on TV recently, and he'd be really good with the briefcase. But it was a good way to end the show and let you know what you can expect on Sunday. And this Raw was a damn sight better than that Raw 7 days ago, where nothing happened. So yeah, I thought it was alright. It's going to get 2 thumbs up from me, as I only have 2 thumbs up. And if I put my pinkies up, that just looks weird. But yeah, decent. A lot better than I thought it would have been. Now don't forget to leave a comment below and let us know what you thought about last night's Raw. Like, share and subscribe. Then you head over to WhatCulture.com and you can read articles about Raw and Money in the Bank this Sunday. And you can follow WhatCulture on Twitter at WhatCulture WWE. My name is Simon Miller from WhatCulture. This was the ups and downs for Raw, and if you can't make it live on Sunday, why not see my first ever pro wrestling singles match over at access.wearedefiant.com. I tell you this, I ain't playing no more. I'm coming to whip somebody's ass.